Welcome back, viewers. Welcome you all in the new session of JavaScript Fundamentals by Tutorial Live. So, in last session, we have seen the conditional statements if else, if else, if else. So, in today's session, we are going to see the next and last one conditional statement, that is switch. So starting with the syntax. So what is the syntax? It is a little bit different with if else if, because it's a block of code which works on different cases. Okay, so you can see this particular block of code. Just concentrate on with me on this particular part. Let me uncomment it for you, but it will throw an error. That's why I have commented it out. So what you can see, there is an expression. Okay, we can write any kind of expression. We can write a boolean expression like greater than, equal to, or something kind of expression. We can put a value also that is having some, we can put any variable also that is having some value defined prior to this particular block of code, and then we will check for different possible cases of that expression or of that particular variable. So suppose we have put any expression and that is coming with a value of 1, 2, or true or false, or something. Okay, suppose it is there is an expression x is greater than 2 and it is returning false. So we will check here case true, then block of code, whatever you want to do. In case of if that particular statement is true, then this particular break will break this particular case, means it will complete this particular block of case and jump out to the next one if that this particular case is not satisfied or is not true. Once any block of case will get true, that code will get executed. If none of the case is true, then this particular break statement will help and it will jump out the code block from that particular case statement to the next one and till the default block of code. If none of the case statement is true, then this default block of code will get executed, similar to the last one if else statement. Means if the if block was not true, then else if block was not true, then else block, the last one else block was executed. Similarly here, if these all above case statements, we can write numerous number of case statements here. Okay, if none of the case statements are getting true, then this particular default block of code will get executed. We will see how. Okay, so this is the example one. What I am trying to do here, okay, let me put a comment here. So what I am trying to do here, I have defined a variable x and it is having a value 2, and now as I told you, we will put an expression here, switch and the expression or a variable. So this is the variable that I am putting here. It is having a value of 2, and what I am trying to do, I am trying to check for multiple values. How? So case 0 for this particular expression or this particular variable, is this particular variable is having value 0, then x is 0. If 1, then x is 1. If 2, then x is 2. If 3, if x is 3, and default x is not numeric. Okay, so x is having value 2. So we can see this particular block of code where x, we are checking for case 2, the value is 2. If the x is having value 2, this particular block of code get executed and we are seeing the output x is 2. Let's change it and put a string here, x hello. You can see as soon as I have removed the numeric value and it is not matching with any block of code. Okay, neither it is 0, neither 1, nor 2, nor 3. Okay, so the last one, the default block of code get executed and we are seeing the output x is not numeric. Similarly, it's not just about numeric. If I put a value like 4 also, that is a numeric value. Okay, then also as it is not matching with any of the case, you can see neither it is 0, 1, 2, nor 3. So that's why the last block of code, that is default, gets executed and we are seeing x is not numeric or x is not amongst above mentioned case. Okay, it's not matching with the case. That's why this particular console block, this particular default block gets executed and we are seeing output as x is not numeric. We will see it with the other example also. So before that, just see if you want to get the date, month or day or year with JavaScript. So we have new date function that will return by default. Let's see what it returns. Console.log and new date. So this is a JavaScript function, by default function. It returns today's date with all the details. So it's Friday, on which date I am recording this session today. It's Friday 24th April 2020. Okay, so it's the day is Friday, the date is 24th, and the year is 2020. So using new date.getDay method, this particular function is, this particular class is having one method getDay that will return the day. So it will start Monday is 1, Tuesday is 2, Wednesday 3, Thursday 4, and the Friday is 5th day of the week according to this. Month, it's April, so it starts from January considered as 0, 1, 2 and 3. So April comes as 3 and the year is 2020. So we got to know these JavaScript functions that will return some date kind of details for us. So we will use this particular function here to check. So what I did, I am trying to check the day. So new date.getDay, that will return as 5. The value will be 5. Okay, and it's Friday today. So what I did, I am checking case 1, whether this particular expression, as I told you, we can write an expression also here. So this is an expression. If this particular expression will return value 1, so the day will be Monday. If it returns 2, the day will be Tuesday. If it returns 3, 4, similarly we can write multiple case of blocks here. If it returns 5, that it is returning here. Okay, so the day will be Friday. So we can see console.log Friday. I can just do some changes for here. Day is Friday. So you can see the output gets changed. Day is Friday. So this particular block of case block gets executed as this expression is returning a value 5. So similarly, you can see in both the examples, we can write a variable also that is having some value, or we can write some expressions also that will return some value. And based on that value, we can write multiple cases here. And if none of the block of case gets executed or it is not true, then this particular default block of code will get run as it was, as we discussed here. So that is all for today. We have discussed all the conditional statements. We have discussed if else, if else, and the switch block. In the coming session, we will see some more about JavaScript. Thanks for joining today.